Um, and we're going to have a look at an exercise which allows us to balance and to clean out the mental clutter that is going on basically in pretty much everybody. So most people have probably experienced that sometimes maybe they're trying to relax and maybe the brain is telling them, oh, but this is going on, that's going on. You know, maybe for example, try to meditate, but they can't meditate, they can't still their mind. So we're going to do an exercise now. We're going to take these techniques we've already been learning and we're going to build on them a little bit more. And what we've been doing so far is we've been growing energy. So just by bringing our attention somewhere, we're able to grow energy. We've also been smiling to transform energy. Now we're going to learn also how to move energy. So we're going to learn how to move energy through our meridians. And this is a really, really great thing to do because when we move energy, we clean and we transform it. So there's two of our main energy meridians go from the front, right down through the center of the body, down through the perineum, up through the back and down again. So it's going around in a circle. And this energy meridian is called the Microcosmic Orbit. So what we're going to learn to do is we're going to learn to activate our microcosmic orbit and basically do this we're going to use the microcosmic orbit to clean anything out of the brain that's stopping us from being able to relax and enjoy being in the present. And we're going to move this energy down our front. We're going to take it to our perineum where it's going to mix with our sexual energy. And then we're going to bring the energy back up the spine. And we're basically going to move it through the 7 chakras, which are 7 energy centers. So it's a very easy exercise to follow. So I find sitting cross-legged or sitting with our feet on the floor is the best way to do this. But get yourself comfortable. And it's quite helpful if you have your head straight. So you don't want to have your head down, your head back, because this is going to block the energy at the neck. So let's shut our eyes. And we're going to just take a few breaths and hopefully we're noticing the belly is rising and falling. Relaxed breathing. We're going to set the intention for our body to be in relaxed and enjoy state. And then we're going to bring our attention back to our eyes. And we can notice that the eyelids are shut, but our eyes can still see. So let's look inside with our eyes, and we're going to look inside to the brain. So let's start to circle around inside our brain with our eyes. So we're going to circle in the brain and we're going to check for any energy that we find there. So we might find ideas, inspiration. We also could find mental clutter, worry, rumination, overthinking. So it doesn't matter the quality of the energy that we're finding, it doesn't matter because we're going to transform it. And the more energy we find, the better. So we're not going to worry about negative being bad or positive being good. We're just going to see it as energy, and the more the better. And we can even go right to the back of the brain, which is where we have the amygdala or the reptilian brain. And we can scan around, making circles in the amygdala, and perhaps we're going to find emotions like paranoias, fears. This is the reptilian brain after all. And we're going to gather them together. And we'll come back into the front of the brain, circling with our eyes. And then we're going to move our attention to the third eye. So the third eye is in the middle of the forehead. It's a chakra. So let's focus now into the third eye. We can smile to our third eye. And as we smile to the third eye, we can notice that all that energy we've been collecting moves there. And we can notice that as the energy moves there, it's changed in quality. So it changes into a white light. And we might feel like this white light, perhaps we might feel a little bit of pressure around the forehead or some tingling as the energy builds up. And as we're building this energy up, let's place our tongue onto the roof of our mouths. Right onto the very top of our mouths. Focusing into the third eye or the mid-forehead, feeling that the energy is building up there. And then what we want to do is we want to allow this energy to travel down the channel. We've brought it into the beginning of the energy channel, and we want it to travel down the energy channel that goes right down the middle of the front of the body. So making sure you keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Let's just relax. So we're going to stop focusing into the third eye, and we're going to let that energy we've been building up travel down onto the roof of the mouth. And as it travels down onto the roof of the mouth, we can feel it's traveling into our gums, teeth, tongue, and into the mouth. And we can feel that the mouth is filling up with saliva. And that the saliva is filling up with energy. So let's take this energy and the saliva into a bowl. And then let's swallow it. And as we swallow the saliva, we can feel the saliva is now moving down the throat and into the throat chakra, which is level with the thyroid gland at the bottom of the throat. So let's smile to the throat chakra. Relaxing and just feeling that lovely energy flowing down from the third eye through our mouth and into the throat chakra. And if it helps, you can just imagine that you're in a waterfall. And we're going to smile to the throat chakra, feeling that energy growing into a ball. And then let's allow the energy to overflow from the throat chakra and to travel down into our hearts. So we can feel the energy now is trickling down through the sternum and into the heart. So let's smile to our hearts as we did before. Feeling the energy is traveling down and filling our heart center. And then we can allow the energy to continue traveling down into the solar plexus. And we can smile to our solar plexus, feeling the solar plexus filling with energy. Feeling this solar plexus center is relaxing. The energy is coming down the front of the body. Filling the heart, the solar plexus, and then overflowing down to the navel. So let's smile now to our navel. Feeling the navel filling up with energy. Feeling the energy growing and in our navel, and then we can feel it overflowing down to the top of the pubic bone and the sacral chakra. So let's direct our attention and smile to the sacral chakra. Feeling that the sacral chakra is relaxing and filling up with energy. And then we can allow the energy to flow down over the pubic bone, over the sexual organs, and into the perineum. So let's smile to the perineum. And we can notice the energy is flowing down from the third eye, through the mouth, throat, sternum, heart, solar plexus, navel, pubic bone, and into the perineum. So let's smile to the perineum. And as we smile there, we're going to very gently, just like a little butterfly kissing, we're going to activate the muscles in the perineum. It's just slowly and gently squeezing and releasing as gently and slowly as we can. We're going to get a feeling that we're forming this energy together into a ball. So directing the attention there, smiling, using the muscles, but remembering that in any of this energy movement work we're doing in ourselves, it should be around at least 80% of what we're doing is moving the energy with our intention, and the muscles are just there a little bit to help with our intention. So once we can feel that ball of energy there in the perineum, let's now use our intention, and the muscles can help a little bit, to direct the ball of energy back towards our anus. Let's move it to the anus, and then just past the anus, and to the tip of the coccyx. So we can notice that the coccyx is like a little straw, which sucks the energy up into the sacrum. So let's smile into the sacrum as we feel the energy being drawn up. And feeling the sacrum is filling up with energy. And then let's bring the energy up into the lumbar vertebra. So we're going to smile to the point at the back of the navel and start feeling the energy moving up into the bottom vertebrae. And then we can bring the energy further up the spine. And let's focus to the point just by the adrenal glands at the back of the solar plexus. And this is at the bottom of where the rib cage starts. So we're now feeling the 5 lumbar vertebrae at the bottom of the spine, filling up with energy. And now that we feel the lumbar vertebra full of energy, let's move our attention up to the back of the heart and smile to the back of the heart. So we can feel the energy is traveling up now to the back of the heart. And then we can move the attention further up to the bottom of the neck. And we can smile to the bottom of the neck. Feeling the whole back full of energy now. And then let's allow the energy to flow into the neck. And we're going to focus right at the point on the bottom of the skull and the top of the neck. So we can feel the energy from the perineum being sucked up by the coccyx into the sacrum, into the 5 lumbar vertebrae, into the 12 thoracic vertebrae, and into the neck. So our whole spine should be nice and alive and awake with energy. And then bringing our attention to the very top of the neck, we can then allow the energy to flow into the brain. So let's circle this energy round inside the brain, and we can notice that this is a kind of clear white light, which is cleaning the inside of the brain. And we can be aware that because we've already opened the meridian, it's going to be much easier for us to be able to move the energy through it again. So let's just clear any extra mental clutter out of the brain, leaving it nice and in a good position to be able to process any thoughts or ideas that come along. And let's again move our attention into the third eye, noticing how it much more quickly builds up there. And keeping the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Imagining that we are in a waterfall, let's allow the energy to flow down onto the palate and tongue, into the mouth and the saliva. We can swallow, bringing the energy down the throat, over the sternum, heart, solar plexus, navel, pubic bone, and perineum. So let's smile to our perineum as we feel the energy is growing there. Taking a couple of breaths, slow, deep breaths, feeling the belly is rising and falling. And in a moment, when I tell you, we're going to squeeze the perineum, we're going to breathe in, suck the energy up the spine into the brain, hold it in the brain for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to relax and exhale the energy out of the front. So breathing out all the way, smiling to the perineum. Let's squeeze the perineum and suck the energy up. Bring it up into the brain, hold it in the brain a couple seconds, and then exhale, relax and exhale down the front. And we're gonna repeat this to a total of 9 times. And on the 9th exhale, let's place our hands just below the belly button to this area, which is called the dantian. And let's smile to this place just under the belly button, right in the center of the body. And let's put all the excess energy that we've been growing there into the dantian. And we can make some circular movements over the dantian to help to store the energy there. So for men, make 9 clockwise circles, and women 9 anti-clockwise. And then going back the other way. And again, placing the hands palm over palm, just below the belly button, smiling. And I like to say to my dantian, may the force be with you.